After almost a year, we are finally here, entering Ishgard. City covered in snow, ice, in the midst of war against dragons? Welcome back to Fantasy XIV. We are now coming into Ishgard with a new class for this expansion. For this expansion, we're gonna play the Astrologian. Yay! Main class. I forgot if this was actually my goal to play or if it was something else, but I think it was Astrologian. I had a long break, a very long break, why I feel a bit out of touch with everything that was going on. As far as I remember, we only did the first mission. So I could actually enter Ishgard and grab the Astrologian itself. Because Astrologian had many changes in between Shadowbringers and Endwalker. But the changes aren't that much of a nuisance. I'm still missing my Noctural Sect, Lateral Sectus. It was nice to have, but everything that I have right now is beautiful to have. And we are gonna now speak with Torchefont, who guided us, more or less helped us in those times, now that the Scions are officially hunted by Uldar. Since we apparently killed Nanamo Nunamo. I hope the name was right, I forgot Nanamo's full name all the time. If the name doesn't matter, I need now to say former queen of Uldar. And there we have him, Torchefont. Warrior of Light and her brave companions walking the streets Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight! I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you to my family home, Thames Manor. I should like nothing more to show you around, but everyone is gathering to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Forton.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Oh, it's weird to see this. It's really weird to see this. Your friends in House of Thames have been generous enough to extend us the protection. Must take care not to impose too much of their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about new homes, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It will take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn we must. Then there's the market and taverns. We need to know where the shops and where to hear small talk. It would seem our tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall first do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grew forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give for your report. Their documentation is in order, I trust. Yes, my lord. Those documents identify you as wards of House of Thames. Given that your borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under protection of House of Thames. But let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which compel us to invoke your name. Freya, Tataru, the steer waits. Let's go. I actually need to sit up. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you the Hoplon, from whence we gaze upon the splendor of the holy world. Do all the sighting pale in comparison? This only met that you see it first. I shall then show you around the Jewel Corsair, where you may purchase all manners of goods and services, before descending to Foundation's Aetherite Plaza. If there are no questions? Even though I had now this year of break and completed entirely Endwalker during that time with my main account, this is interesting to see again. The Hoplon, so named after a bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Beg your pardon, the statues off to the south, the Aderbachans Tonem's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master of Nut. There are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined King Fordham the First to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a rich city in history and tradition, and there's so much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permits, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the Shriveled Cozier, I shall introduce you to Mr. Elise, our masters of the market. Funny enough, I take a break of Digimon Survive to play this, and was in the hope that I don't need to talk that much because Survive was actually getting on my in my vocal cords. But oh boy, yeah, I also need to talk because I forgot that I'm actually here in the beginning of an expansion. A lot needs to be said. A lot needs to be said. So yeah. Well, you are clearly not locals or travelers, traveling pendlars, which makes you all... Ah, what's the fuss with him? So very interesting. But. But Edward has granted us to leave you to remain in Ishgard as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will need sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable? Young sir, we do not discriminate on matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armors, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found in the Crusader. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Eaterate Plaza at the Foundation. If everyone's ready? I unsure if I'm ready because here is an Eva right that I may need to take. No, I already take. Oh, I actually saw that I can teleport already. Okay, it was at every Eva right in the city. Something that I actually... What's that menu? Yeah, that was the menu. That was... yeah. Ah, I could do this with my role here. Okay. I can do this with my current role. Okay, makes sense that I don't need... I'm not allowed to do this with this role. With this character. But alas, I should actually... Ah, okay, I was actually allowed to do that. Okay, good. And here we have the Foundation's Eaterate Plaza. If you're yet to attune to the Etherai, it would be wise to do so now. I take the money. I'm so happy that I have already better gear than that. As for our next destination, perhaps we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Sky Steel manufacturer stands to the west. Our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons to use against dragons. The holy stables where chocobos are trained for war also lies in that direction. To the north and east can be found a congregation of our knights most heavily, but to the south and east, well, it would be best to avoid that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest level, Master Overnote. Hold your nose when you're past your broom, little lord. You didn't flow your goose like the villain in my films. Oh boy. He has exited. Misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Oh, come to the side, Hayfield. Take a turn down the Hooplo and go to all the statues. Well, if your mother let her barely half-life come and drink you with the four nets, we feel new smell the other to you. My humble brothers must not pray, pay the drunk lord no mind. Hello. Oh, but I must. It will not do to refuse such a half invitation. Yes, I simply must see this forgotten knight for myself. I trust to see the wisdom in this Aurelia. There are few sources of information more abundant than busting local hostility. Not that I expect to hear any news from our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, we can say that we might learn of recent events. Then I'm coming too. Yes, soon, and thanks for the sub. Interesting that now in time, when it's actually getting winter, that they continue playing this game in Ishgard. Ain't too much snow for Ishgard. I would have loved if this entrance was locked. Just like, yes, you need to go from above. Must say this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard, and are eager to acquaint ourselves with your notable establishments, Master... Gilberian, just Gilberian will do. And a fluttering thing of my establishment can't promise it live up to your expectations, but if it's decent for food and drink hereafter, you could have much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I couldn't tell but know the difference between those who frequent upper and lower floors. Spotted it, did you? Aye. Up here you find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights and so forth, and dropping on the way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks on the broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where there are often menu was suited for the days. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits. All quality mind, but not to sort of stuff recommend to yourself. You speak of the lowest level, yes? Why do you call them the broom, if I may ask? Because they're revered fools and the broom rolls in thick. It's the poor zots living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the walls and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it. While the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights, more than a few people are still sore about that behind. Which is why, considering your present company, I recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean go to below. And something sharp on your boot, be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Overnote, I think it would be best if we return to Fortem's Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I'm afraid this is out of question. My lord... Oops. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Afnal. This heaven is full of people who have business regularly. Hex beyond them the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. If you don't know how often I look after the waking sands and the rising sun smile myself. If I'd gilt for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I've been rich beyond my wildest dreams, I'll be fine. Not that I adopt the lady's knack for finding off unwanted efforts, but it'd be damned if it's going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on my path in my establishment. That settles it then, Taduru. Aurea and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me per linkpool if you require assistance. I will. Yes, Shadow, I know that you're going to work. Okay. We put a child up to adoption, now we can leave. We both know that you cannot do that. We had already the point where you wanted to stay at home and I pushed you towards work. Your wife knows me good. Well, that is what I'm supposed to do. Welcome home, Mr. Skooker. Shall I join you inside the manor? I will show you the inside of the manor. Shall I show you happiness? Tell us then, Master Alfred, does this secret meet your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt those weights of 1,000 years of history with every step I took, and where those steps took me past the scars left by the violence and foundation. I understood how easy that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The violence did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children are given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon. That's what support it can. There's much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Happy good assistance, my lord? After all you have done to us, would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. That is a most generous offer, Master Alfinot. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation. Let all in. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What do you ask of us? From what I have heard, they are intelligent and impressive young men. These quantities may prove useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Mr. Skooker, I could ask for no better than storied veteran such as yourself, a woman with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Arifel and Emma in their duties. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need for our honored guests' assistance. No, my innocent brother. What better fool would say no than a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the three, the two of you will conduct yourself with dignity befitting your station. Show Mr. Scooter the respect she deserves. This is the woman who slew Gaius van Belzer, and some half-dozen primates besides. She's not here to steal your glory or serve you as an errand girl. If you can pardon me with their impropriety, Mr. Skuga, I should be much obliged if you would lend my son's helping hand. My thanks. Very willing, they may have even learned something from you. Gaius. I spoke it as Gaius. I pronounce Gaius' name in English way too much on the I. So it sounds like Gaius. It would seem we shall not want for employee over the coming days. No, I was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer was solely per appearance sake. In truth, he's cleared the opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House of Thames has taken tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters of great and small. And so would have us public serve Ishgard while simultaneously keep his sons in check. This is an arrangement may befit in for unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me to contact with people who know something for our missing comrades. As you go on about the two lords with their various responsibilities, we will annually make new acquaintances in Ishgard, maybe even new allies. Yes, the more I think of it, the more confident I am. By the furthering of their goals, we shall further our own. I will take the money. Okay. Elimelane or Atoriel? Such a gay station. This was not in my intention. Shadow? Elimelane or Atoriel? Who shall I take? Who shall be first, E or A? I forgot. I mean, I wanted to decide. I roll a d6. Okay. So 136 is Emmanuel and... Oh wait. 135. Yeah, 135 is Emmaline and the rest is Atoriel. 6, okay, it's Atoriel. I just got to Atoriel and my mind was just like this. Oh god, why? Let us begin anew, Mr. Skooker. I am Sir Atoriel de Fortem, eldest son of the Count Edmond de Fortems. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I mean not to respect, I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. I've been spoken of you often. You are even half the woman he claims. I should be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will be assigning my esteemed compatriots to House Durdain and Desmal. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it. Aye, well, sufficient to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, you need to secure transfer to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Choctaw stables in the foundation. Oh, this is where I got my, where I got the flying chocobo. Hmm. Me like. Me like. I still manufacturer. Yeah. I love the new teleportation system.
Greetings, Mistress Cool. I still like obligatory to Western Highlands, but Lord Byron's instruction. This may be your first time writing a lecture word may I ask? If so, you're in the fort read, I dare say you know the particular breed can fly? What? Action? Given the right conditions, they may carry to quite high, to even over snow cloak. You need never about directing a bird, of course. Like all Potter, she's trained to carry you to the destination all by herself, so just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, to be sure, but not to relax the crib. Will you? To answer the reins all the time, if you please. Travel? Yes?
Kamen Rider did something to Shadow and me. We both don't know if it was good or not.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, she came.
She came! Now I remember why I was so confused the last time when I saw my glasses, because I was used to those glasses. Yeah, but there is something I actually want to do very quick. And I hope I don't kill the... Yeah. I don't want to... Yeah. Okay. Now. I wanted to change the text box. So. Well, this looks quite different on view from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business, Sir Redwall is in charge here. He would be expecting us. Wrong glasses, yes, wrong glasses. It has been far too long, Lord Avril. Who might you be companion me? Pray forgiveness, O Lady Sir World. I present you Aurelia Cougar, Ward of House for Thames. Ah, yes, of course. Little Roman spoke of you. I, Sir Redwall House of the Rain, we bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to continue the settlement restoration. How may I be of service? Before we speak of that, I would be correct in assuming that Mrs. Cougar is unfamiliar with our recent history. Then, with your permission, I shall recount a tale of all our benefits. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once hamlet for a small garrison of knights and some few villagers, then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but, in order to complete withdrawal, the settlements and entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics, Lady Isat and her kind have forked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commemorated the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is the key to accomplishing these objectives, but as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our crescent requires support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we are for students at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need to tell us but where to begin. It was the sixth. It was the sixth Umbral Calamity. Since we had in 1.0, I saw pictures of Ishgard with greenery. Yeah, Ishgard was green in 1.0, if I remember. So everything that is snowy here must have come with the sixth. What the hell is going on with my inventory? Hello, Craftsman in service to our Strasmal, commuting to restoration in Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Behold, their foreman tells me I need a foreman of talents. Would you be asked to seek him out? Why is my inventory is better? I have so many stuff here, holy. Yes, I'm right. Where might be? Ah, promised help. Glad you have your board. I've been honored of servicing this fine mess you see before you. Send me over one of them blackbirds, same as you, to build and mend, to tell the others how to build and mend. But fear you take me. This ice! It's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle spirits, I tell you. Mark my words, there are the pockets of them here. They're just waiting for me to turn your back and I can sneak around and do that dirty work. So I need to research the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, I'm sure you'll find them. Ooh, yes, please. Some fighting. And Shadow's listing of lore of 1.0. I be honest, I really want to have an 1.0 remastered just for the sake of the words, just for the sake of story. Do I have food? I don't, okay. Understandable, but still. I mean, in technicality, if they would an entire remastered of 1.0, I would be willing to put out a 70 bucks for, just like it's not an MMORPG, like not like Final Fantasy XIV is, but as such a standalone game, since you cannot change anything in that sense. Just like, oh, you play the story and you're done with it. That would be nice. Just one full-fledged, here, take the game, play it through. You have the lore that you wanted to. If they would do this as such a single playthrough game, oh boy, I would love that. Where's the second one? There. I am actively in need of my cards. And yes, I am always putting the wrong cards on me. Really, I think 1.0 as a standalone version would be... That would sell. Especially how love Final Fantasy XIV is. I mean, the game is high. It's really high. And then the 1.0 again. Oh, so many people will play that. Ah, now there's someone who looks like she's fond of her marks. Yeah, just the sort we need around here. Ich kann das Hauptbranche, das ist dann. Yeah, especially that. You're a dab hand at war. You're a dab hand at Warcraft. I can not that I have any skills in arms to speak of mine, but it does take an expert to recognize expertise. Be ways to keep it for myself and the others outright need help to ask, same as me. If you're keen on keep on doing what you have done, ask you to head north to the pike. The bloody hutch out in the waste if you never have been. A manson by the name of Shivermont is out there tending to the thing. Good man Shivermont, but I reckon he's taken much to work for He has taken on too much work for one. Might there be something you can do for him? I will do. Come, my girl. Yeah. I mean, in one end, I'm kinda happy. I will want to see if I can finish this fate. want to heal myself with Aspiratus, please. Thanks. Really, 1.0 lore would be really, really nice. Nah, I cannot win this. I was too late for the bait. But hey, some experience points. The lore books are a thing where I'm kind of like, yes, I want that because, ooh, yes, art books. I love art books, especially as reference materials. But on the other hand, it's, getting lore for games outside of the game itself is something that I personally really like. But I noticed that there are actual people that are not fond of that to pay extra for lore.
Heel till Traveler, wat brengt u op de spee? Voor mijn route te best to assist me? Well, for the better than helping hand, if you take for us a ration scope of 5 years of neglect have not been keen to say at last. Unfortunately, I've just to think for ready to see by Savit. If you could slay 3 and bring me the bracelets, it would be in your debt. Okay.
Wait, work is delayed because of... Oh boy. That shouldn't be... That should not be good. That can't be good. Lots of text. But still, the lore books are... Yeah, you really kind of want them just for the sake of having them.
There you are. Have you the bristles?
Ah, feel how cost it is. That's a perfect scrubbing suit of this statue. Beautiful, isn't it? I'm spinning a much of farewell, the first of the suited runes and the one Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything that the Ravens despise. Which is why they've taken Zero into the dragon fire every time they pass by. But no longer we will suffer this desecration of our race, so the research will be, as it once was, a broad shining testament to the determination of Ishgard, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, But the separation I could ask for no greater honor. Also verfahren ist, also FFV du hast. Das ist nicht so Jon Star. Station anvil to the best of here. He's always treated me kindness and respect, more than I deserve to be honest. Anyhow, while you were away, she came out to run the pattern and think she have met after package behind. It's a bit of a deal, but would you mind returning to her? My thanks to you, my friend. Oh boy. Sicherheitsunterweisung. Yeah, that should actually also be at my company soon, TM. Actually, it should have been last month. Okay, with all of the situation anyway. I envy you, Shadow. I envy you. I also want to have some coffee. Hello, delivery. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest of what you're talking about. Confounded. That's a fool of a... whatever is it? It was a gift adventurer. Definitely labors day and night without regarding for his own well-being. At very least, he thought out to try eat better. When not sent a gift to him, by the fury. Have you not seen the deck locker? A hyper knight cannot see firing a low mention in such a manner. Anyways, I am appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist humor. May you journey back to Falc's Nest with Dave Swift. Hey, give my regards to Sir Redwald. He let down fool. Oh boy. I forgot something. I am here jumping all the time because I want to fly, but I cannot fly yet. I cannot fly for a long time, I think. Master plot me, but initiative, Mr. Skoga. Love tells me I've been quite busy. And it's enough time to think it probably. I have tasks which I could commit all the able-bodied men and women. You are not, Artoriel included. Well, Miss Eva, when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. I've had and through, just as Lord Rulerman said. Good. You have lost contact to a necessary reconnaissance party sent to the north of River's Met. I already clicked it. Whether we're attacked or met someone other misfortune, we know not, but regardless of the cause, we must act quickly. For this is a harsh and forgiven land, which can claim, and has claimed, lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knight as quickly as possible, I've assigned each party with a different area to search. You and Lord Arthuriel will be working together. Seek him out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. Seems like we have an assistance in the area near Camp Riversmet, Mr. Skoga. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many nights that were forced abandoned when we withdrew from Courtier's Western Highlands. One of Mackay was mazed in the wake of the calamity. It wouldn't surprise me if our lords took shelter there. There is but one way to find out though. Let us be off. walking speed and such things is so low here. Yeah, it is really slow. Yeah, below, camera was met, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliffs safely from here. We should follow the beasts below, but make sure to focus us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. But how the East Iron Bridge, how the path of the behind the cliffs of the Black Iron Bridge will be, we will see in the next part. Till then, see ya.